Hello everyone, this is Jay Choi, your English commentary again, presenting Golden Veins weekly stock market condition, and this one is for August week 4, and here we go. First, KOSPI. With purchasing trend of individuals and foreign investors, it is closed weaker after Free Open Market Committee opened the July meeting record publicly, which was an indication of decrease in quantitative easing. It is down by 47.48 compared to the 19th, and it ended 1917.64. 2364 billion has been sold for financial institutions, and 1455 billion and 2910 billion have been purchased for individuals and foreign investors. For program trade, 74 billion arbitrage and 1 trillion and 10 billion non-arbitrage transaction, so for the total of 1 trillion and 84 billion sold with superiority. Current closing conditions for each industry. Every sector is closed weaker. All of the 14 high rankings except for Samsung Electronics are closed weaker. Samsung Electronics went up by 0.70% and it ended 1286,001. LG Chemistry with negative 4.34% and Shinhan Holding Company with negative 4.26%. POSCO negative 3.31%. 12 sectors are closed weaker. Kaesong Industrial Complex restarted due to the concern about North Korean reunion of separated families, and Kumgangsan tour. Related sectors show restless rise and fall. Hyundai Merchant Marine Company, for instance. As 3D print related technology became a rising star, related stocks have sharp rises, such as with the TPC with 76%. And US dollar over Korean won is up by 1.301 compared to the 19th, and it is now 1116.901. And next, KOSDAQ. Due to the sign of decrease in US quantitative easing, it is closed weak. However, foreign investors still show continuous purchasing trend. Opportunity comes when unfavorable factors are widespread, so go ahead and purchase. It is fixed by 21.3 compared to the 19th, and it ended 529.19. 239 billion and 352 billion have been sold for individuals and financial institutions, and 770 billion has been purchased for foreign investors. For program trade, it has been mainly non-arbitrary transaction trade and having 20 billion purchasing superiority. Current closing condition of each industry. Due to the arbitrage stocks according to a sharp rise, every sector is closed weaker. Except 2 out of high-ranking items, all sectors are closed weaker. Seoul Semiconductor with 2.45% and down with 0.68%, they are bullish. Including WeMade with negative 9.69% and Seijin with negative 9.38% and Paradise with the negative 7.60%, 11 sectors are closed weak. And next, United States. Despite of all the concern about decreasing quantitative easing, S&P 500 and Nasdaq is still closed strong. August 19th, Monday. No specific focus other than the Jackson Hole meeting. On 21st, Free Open Market Committee opened its record to the public, and the annual event, Jackson Hole meeting by the chairman of Federal Reserve, will be held from 22nd to the 24th. As the Federal Reserve remarked the decrease in quantitative easing within this year, the attention of investors are focused on the Free Open Market Committee. 65% of experts from Bloomberg predicted the quantitative easing will begin this September. So far, 463 companies from S&P 500 announced their performance record, and 72% of them fulfilled the enterprise expectations, and 23 more records will be announced this week. Though the influence on the stock market will be very limited. The interest rate of national debt of the United States has risen with 2.89%, which is the highest in 2 years and a month since last 2011 July. The interest rate of national debt, due to the concern about decrease in quantitative easing, it steadily increased since last May, resulting rise of interest rate unfavorable to the companies. On August 21st, Wednesday, after opening the minutes of Free Open Market Committee, the market is closed weaker. At 2 p.m., right after the opening of the July record, the market experienced an extreme up and down. Federal Reserve actually agreed on the decrease in quantitative easing for this September, October, and December, but it seems they avoid mentioning a specific date. On July 30th and 31st, according to the minutes of Free Open Market Committee, all members said it is not appropriate to have a decrease in asset purchase in July. However, the air seems to agree on the chairman's opinion of decreasing quantitative easing as the economy expands as the Federal Reserve predicted. Among 3 meetings of Free Open Market Committee, $85 billion decrease of asset purchase has been predicted. And on July, the housing selling of U.S. turned into a sharp increase with the highest sales in 3 years and 8 months, and the housing price is also upward. And lastly, August 23rd, Friday, as a low housing index released the concern about Federal Reserve's quantitative easing among investors, the market has continuous rise for 2 business days. Microsoft, the CEO Steve Ballmer, who led the company for 13 years, declared his retirement and led a sharp rise of more than 7%. A fine economic index of EU region announced before the opening behaved as a favorable factor. Denise Lockhart, the chairman of Atlanta Federal Reserve Bank, changed his position, supporting the September quantitative easing. On the other hand, James Blood, the chairman of St. Louis Federal Reserve Bank, mentioned September quantitative easing is not an obligation. John Williams, chairman of San Francisco Federal Reserve Bank, insisted on the decrease within the year and the inflation variable having a position of reservation. Nasdaq OMX Group, who had a 3 hours of paralysis, stayed and according penalty rather had a rebound of 1% level. Dow index is fixed by 0.23 compared to the 19th, and now is 15,010.51. S&P 500 index is up by 17.44 compared to the 19th, and now is 1663.50. Nasdaq January index is up by 68.70 and now is 3657.79. New York Mercantile Exchange and West Texas Intermediate is down by $1.99 and now is $105.08 per barrel. London ICE future market and the North Sea Brent gas is down by $0.53 and now is $110.21 per barrel. COMEX gold future price is increased by $10.5 and now is $1375.50 per ounce. And next, Europe stock market. Due to the good condition of index and arbitrage stocks in short period, it is closed in a confused state of trend. On August 19th, Monday, Because of the US concern about decreasing quantitative easing, it keeps its wait-and-see policy. Before the opening minutes of Free Open Market Committee and Jackson Hole meeting, investors are simply waiting. And for Italy, Silvio Berlusconi, the former prime minister, accused for seizure of the taxation. If he gets banished from the upper house, he claims a withdrawal of his support to the government, resulting arbitrary stocks. Due to these discords within the Italy federal government, investors realized arbitrary transaction with some bullish sectors. And on August 20th, Tuesday, before the poor second quarter record of European companies and Free Open Market Committee's record, wait-and-see attitude has been just followed. BHP Billiton and Glencore Xstrata, representative company of the resource developing, announced their poor performance. The possibility of crisis of India and other Asian emerging market countries degenerate the investment sentiment. On August 22nd, Thursday, favorable economic index successfully rebounded in 4 days. Due to the quantitative easing problem, Europe market remained weaker for 3 business days. August Eurozone general PMI was announced to be highest since 2011 June, which was a favorable factor to the investors. Throughout 26 months of private economic activity, it turned into a first expansion since 19 months ago. The announced value of Eurozone general PMI was 51.1, which exceeds both 50.5 of July and 50.9 of that of predicted value. And lastly, August 23rd, Friday, favorable economic index increased for 2 business days. European countries' fine index of second quarter GDP growth brought a favorable factor to the market. EU major countries like Germany and Britain fixed and raised their second quarter GDP growth rate. Compared to the first quarter's 0.7%, Britain shows a sharp rise in its GDP. Germany, thanks to a development in consumption, also announced 0.7% of growth compared to the last quarter. Consumer liability index of Eurozone reached the highest of negative 15.6 since 2011 July, expecting an economic recovery. United Kingdom index of FTSE 100 index is increased by 26.37 and now is 6492.10 compared to the 19th. And for Germany, DAX 300 index is up by 50.70 points. It ended 8416.99. For France, CAC 40 index is down by 14.51 and now is 4069.47. US dollar over euro is up by $0.0046 compared to the 19th and now is $1.3394. Alright, that's it for tonight. Thank you for listening. You guys have a great day. Thank you.